To shape the petals, there's not a lot of wood to take away. We want to sort of come down and take a sort of bit of a groove like this, but leaving a bit in the middle. So what matters, as in all carving, is what you're actually leaving as much as taking away. So here we come over the top, and then we'll make this bit here a stronger change of plane. So there's a change of plane happening around here. So it comes along and down, and that'll again increase the sense of the ball. So we'll just clean this surface and make all the cuts come pointing towards the ball in the middle. Let's just clean that off with something. We can certainly round this over a little bit if we like. We don't have to have them sticking up. We can have it a bit rounded. But really make this up a little bit as you go along. So we've come to eventually a nice sharp edge here to be the final edge of the petal. Coming down and around there like that. We could make this a little bit steeper, a little bit rather, groove a bit stronger. The same over here, we can come down here. So along the top of this one, let this hang over that way a little bit. And then into there strongly. So this one has a bit of a long groove, this one has a smaller one, and so on. So just like this, we're just going to go around and make sure that one leaf is separated from another. I might make that a little bit stronger over there, stronger cut, like that sort of thing. Make sure that's separated from there. Come right down, and when you get into the bottom here, under the ball, we want to make sure that's nicely cleaned up. So there's a nice sharp junction. And to get in there, you might need a bent gouge like this to tuck that right underneath. Using that corner here, just to pick that out. Along here. So I'm going to work my way around these petals and give them a bit of shape. I might come back to them if I alter this. I might need to change this, but basically they're finished. So it doesn't take much once they're in the right sort of starting position. Now this one is coming over, so it's rolling this way a little bit. In fact, I might take it down a little bit more. And again, make sure that's cutting under there nicely. Skew chisel might be the thing to get in there. I'm not actually undercutting these petals, but you could undercut them by coming at an angle like that. That'll give you a bit more shadow. Another way of working would be to take narrower tools like this, 1/4 inch, and just lightly work over the surface, everything pointing down like so. That'll give a slightly rippled, nice soft effect to the surface. I'm fairly happy with the petals now, and I can turn to the centre. But I would just like to say that the position of these will depend very much on what's happening with the flowers around. So this is a variable feast, really, these petals. So I'm drawing roughly where the hole is going to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of place some spiral cuts that sort of come round like this, very much like a sort of camera, the old-fashioned camera shutters, because I want to get an effect of this sort of unfolding. So I'm not going to make the hole yet, but I'm going to take a gouge and run a line like so, and take a cut out like that. So I'm taking my first cut just like that. So I'm not going to carry on, I'm just going to stop there for the moment, and then I'm going to put a second cut in here. That's my second spiral cut. And then from over here, take this bit out. Now I'm going to put a third one over here. Just going to join this one. So this is now sort of creating the edge of that hole. So this will be the edge of the hole here. Now switching to perhaps a different sort of tool for this one here. I come up like this one. Cut a nick out there. And then perhaps one more back to the big one, I think, down here. So that's going to be my start. Then from there, I'm going to start picking up, let's get the right tool here, something like this, something a bit tighter. Picking up this petal and putting another crescent cut here like this, and then that's another one down here. So I'm breaking this surface up into, see, that would be a petal like that, into sort of units. So I'm going to come like so, but I'm also going to come all the way around in a big cut like this. And then I'm going to push this bit of petal behind this edge here. So this petal goes behind that edge. So I've got a strong edge on this lip here, and this petal is going to go back down into this one, and this petal will go back down into this one. And the thing is, I make this up as I go along. I've got to say, I don't really have too much of a plan, except down in the middle I might make a smaller cut here, something a bit different, and then at some point what's going to happen is here, this is going to start coming away, and this will be the hole. Let's put another one over here. And this, and you can start to see the hole forming here. Let me just take that out a little bit for you, you can see what's going on. So I'm using a bent gouge, scooping into here, so I'll just start that off. I've lifted the carving up so you can see a bit more clearly what's going on. You can see the initial spiral cuts unfolding from the centre, and I've broken up the outside with more random sort of petals. These petals here on the edge are going to come round and down into the hole in the middle. This one here will come round and in, and this will naturally happen. So follow them in and we can make that a bit deeper. So here this coming down and round, but I still want to leave an edge of the petals. And then something a little bit deeper, I'm going to start excavating in here. this is undercut. And quite deep. So I want a nice big deep shadow in here. Now you could drill it out, you could, but you see a lot of it comes out pretty well anyway. You might find, it's popping out, you might find a bent tool like something like this might be useful if you've got one. But you can get down quite a way into there. Give you an idea of how deep I've gone. If I look, here's the tip there, and I'm down this amount already. So when you get in there and you get a really nice deep shadow, get yourself a nail, sharpen it on the grindstone, something like that, and then you can just tap it in here and just chew up the bottom, so as if there's a lot of little stamens and pistils and other flower bits down there. So with that, other than a few little details perhaps of, you could put in a few lines like this with a deep gouge, or you could put a few lines in the petals like that, you know, something just a little bit more interest. Other than that, the carving will be finished.